Simon, there's merit in this as well. Talks ongoing, we hear, around how to enable Chelsea fans to buy tickets for the Champions League quarter-final and the FA Cup semi-final. I mean, that's the very reason we should have a regulator, isn't it?
No,
to put something like that through.
No, it's the very reason why people should... First of all, this is government involvement. Don't forget, a regulator is a government appointment and is a government's way of sort of obviating political risk by putting someone else to do their bidding.
Yeah.
The bottom line is the reasons why we're in... I mean, we've been saying 2 weeks ago, you and I sat here and said, Chelsea, it's not difficult. They're getting the gate receipts from the Middlesbrough FA Cup tie anyway by design, because it comes through Middlesbrough box office, and they're going to get half of those receipts. So no one's stopping them from getting that money. Why don't we just put an interface in, whether it be the FA or a ticket agency, take the bloody money, hold it in escrow, and let the fans go to the game? Oh, wow, hang on a second. Someone's had an epiphany. Yeah. Why don't we get a ticket agency to take the money and let the fans go to the game? I mean, why couldn't that have been... Where's Bruce Buck? Where's the Premier League? Where's the FA? And where's the insight that the government apparently have to how football's running? We had to listen to all this claptrap a year ago when the government was saying we're not going to help football because they're spending billions of pounds. No, the Premier League was spending billions of pounds. Everybody else was scrapping around for coppers. Right. Such a misunderstanding. And this is a perfect example of the reasons why you don't want government regulators involved, or government full stop, in understanding the peculiarities of football.
Simon, here's another perfect example of what the FA should do in a situation like this. So Liverpool fans, Manchester City fans, prick up your ears because we're talking about you now. The Cup semi-final. So, Saturday the 16th of April. No rail travel because the lines are closed that weekend between Friday and Monday. Yeah. So they've got a problem. How did they get there? How do they get back? Many of them would go by rail. Of course they would. Now, prominent supporters groups for Liverpool and Manchester City have issued statements calling on the FA to move this Cup semi-final away from Wembley due to what would be train line chaos, in that there are none. Yeah. So how did they get there? How did they get back? Spirit of Shankly, the Liverpool fans group, and 1894, the City's fans group, say it's appalling, it's shambolic if they let this game go ahead on Easter weekend at Wembley when train lines are closed. So obviously they should be making an announcement, should they not, the FA, that yes, we've taken everything into account here and those supporters groups are right. And because it's Liverpool and because it's Manchester City, geographically, we're taking it away from Wembley and we're going to play it in the Northwest. Surely it makes sense.
It's not appalling and shambolic. I realise that if you want to make a point, you don't whisper it, you shout it and use strident language. There needs to be some due consideration. I mean, I do think it's difficult because you can't expect train companies just to sit there and look at the football schedule and determine when people are going to play games, because there may be a situation when two northwestern sides or two sides from the north are going to travel down to London.
Right, but that's what we've got here.
That's what we've got here. So now we need to understand why the FA would make a case for considering still going ahead with the game being played at Wembley. We know the reasons why, because of the livery and heritage of Wembley Stadium and all that goes with it. Yeah. And the iconography of playing games at FA will have commercial revenues.
Semi-final or Simon?
It's a big semi-final.
I get the livery and the heritage
I get it. Let me make my point and then we can dismantle it if we want to. All that needs to be factored in against the reality of how many people travel by train. So if we're saying 64,000 people come down and 10,000 of them travel by train, right?
More than that.
Well, I don't know what it is, but let's get all the facts out in front of us before we start making decisions. Okay. If 10,000 people are travelling by train or 15,000 people are travelling by train, then we're managing that difference, not the full 64,000. So let's get the concept of what we're actually managing first and foremost. Yeah. Let's get an understanding of it. It wasn't so long ago that football fans would have travelled from here to Timbuktu, irrespective of the conditions of whatever we had to face when we were all locked down to watch football. Now it's an arduous thing because train lines are off, right? We have to get balance. It would seem to me, prima facie, that there's a reasonable argument for relocating this game into the north of England, given the teams that are playing in it. Exactly. Right. It would seem to me. Now, I would like to know why, and the FA should be transparent on it, if they were going to uphold the principle of staying at Wembley, what the commercial reasons would be behind it and what they're going to do to provide a solution. If they're going to provide a solution which is viable, like we're going to make sure that all the travel companies can bus people in, and I know the argument is on a bank holiday weekend it's going to be difficult, but you know what? If it's difficult, it's difficult. If there's not a viable alternative, what would be the viable alternative? Old Trafford?
But why bus them here when you can have it in the Northwest?
Well, again, I make the argument that if they're trying to protect the profile, prestige and imagery of the FA Cup...
It's no prestige, it's a semi-final.
Well, they're selling a game around the world, and part of it is being being played at Wembley Stadium. Part of the package that the FA will sold to advertisers, to broadcasters, is it's being played at Wembley Stadium. Now, I'm not suggesting that's a good enough argument. I'm suggesting it is a argument. And if they put that forward and they can advance a very sustainable case and a supported case of getting people in via different mechanisms, whether that be plane flights being put on with airlines that can be doing it as an economic
Too much hassle.
It might be. But what I'm saying is...
Who's going to pay for that?
Well, it depends if the airlines can be brought to bear on a price parameter because they're going to get more travelling domestically.
Simon,
I don't know, Jim. I'm throwing it out there on the back
it's
of...
It's 10:25. Why don't the FA announce, say, 11 o'clock this morning? Morning, everybody. We've taken everything into account. Liverpool, Manchester City will be played at Villa Park.
They should,
why not?
Because they should review it properly and give you time.
It's staring you in the face. It's the most sensible option.
When are the semi-finals being played?
Saturday the 6th, Easter weekend, Saturday the 16th of April for this one.
So we've got 3 weeks, so we don't need to do it on the back of a fag packet. Everyone can think it through properly and have an announcement by the end of the week, which is basically we have decided that the best location for all people intended is this for that reason and that for this, right? We don't just jump up and down because fan groups that have a view on things scream from the rooftops about what they think they should and shouldn't have without understanding all of the peculiarities. Once they've understood, and it should be quick and prompt and efficient, then make the decision. It doesn't have to be done instantaneously.
But make the decision and make the right decision, and that is don't play it at Wembley. 03717 223344. If you're a Liverpool fan listening this morning, if you're a Manchester City fan living this morning, living as well. Of course you're living. I hope you are. And you were intending to go by train to Wembley. Now you can't. What is the logical conclusion? Surely the conclusion is you hope the FA switches it to the northwest, because otherwise you're pretty much bamboozled on this one, as I am. I think it's obvious. It's a semi-final. It's not a final. Final, I get it. Heritage, livery, yes. Wembley. Everything points to Wembley. No, it doesn't. You don't need to play the semi-final.
I agree. If you look at the heritage of that football club, when Palace played in the FA Cup semi-final, they played at Villa Park. Right. I have no argument to it, but we also have a national stadium that needs to be paid for.
Yeah. Keen to hear from you, Liverpool fans, City fans. I mean, surely you would go with me that the alternative is the right one, and the right one is to play it in the northwest. That is what the people at Spirit of Shankly want. That's what the 1894 City Fans Group want. They're saying it's appalling and shambolic. Yeah, sure, Simon, I agree with you. Strong language, but they want to be at the game, and if they can't go by rail to London, to Wembley, they won't be at the game. So play it in the northwest. Give us a call. 03717 223344 81089.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.